What should be done to help small businesses survive a second wave?
Wow, that's a great question. Definitely support them. Right now, with especially the restaurants are being closed down. Before long, they're going to be closed permanently. So we need to give more financial support to them and more support to the actual workers who are depending on the day-to-day paycheck.
I'm probably not the person to ask, but I think we need to support people instead of businesses. So the CERB was a great benefit while we had it, and I think the CRB is a good replacement, but definitely supporting people more than businesses as we go forward. It may be more painful, but probably that's what we have to do.
I do think subsidies, they've had some already, potentially more subsidies for small businesses, maybe just looking individually at each business to see how they can function around the limitations that they have during COVID.
I don't know how much you can do. They're already pumping a lot of money into it, so that's probably a good start. I'm guessing that even if they do a lot of small businesses are probably going to go under anyways.
I think the mandatory masking I think if that's still in effect, then that will be a good way of combating that, because in the beginning, obviously, people didn't have to do this, and a lot of businesses were hit because people weren't going into stores as often, but now that everybody needs to wear a mask, I feel like that'll help.
And I think helping small businesses find the resources to stay open, so providing them with the materials they need to follow protocols safely and stay open.
Probably money. Unfortunately, that's the short-term answer. Yeah, and I don't want to see people's businesses die because of this virus, but one of the ways that our government could probably help is throw money at it.
They're being shut down because of the spread from irresponsible people. You know, I think they could probably manage better if, people were more responsible. But those who are selfish and don't see the downstream effect, it's not going to affect me, but it's going to affect small business and the retirement homes and so on and so on. So you've got to start at the beginning.
Just making sure there's a bit more of an equal footing for big business and small business. Like if a big box store can sell anything, they should only be able to sell what a small box store would be able to sell, and not their whole thing if small stores have to stop selling things.
That's a hard question. I'm just afraid the government's going to run out of money. And I hope they could come up with some solution to when you say small businesses, especially the restaurant business, the food business, that they can get some help on that way. I hear it's coming, but I hope it's coming for them. It's pretty sad, work all your life and lose it.
Certain ones, I think, it should be closed. But other things that to me aren't essential services shouldn't be opened.
The second wave, I think they did a lot on the first one, but I guess everybody has to take a little responsibility. Still help them, I guess, because they're closed. And I would say, depending on, the essentials of our, it's still there. Is the government just going to print money and send it out? I don't think there's a solution to this.
Well, there's going to have to be government help, because otherwise all of our businesses will die and there'll be nothing left but the large franchises.
Get everybody getting healthy enough to bring the restrictions down so people can go out and shop.
I think that similar to the kind of benefit they had for businesses with the 40 grand benefit, maybe something similar to that, but I think I heard a lot of people using that who didn't really need it, like kind of just took it so they would get the free 10,000. So I think if they did something similar but tailored it more to small business and more to people who don't have the means to be able just to take it and to get a free 10 grand, that would be something, the first thing that comes to mind.
Wow. I think if I was a small businessman and I was looking at the stark reality, I would be thinking about doing something that's future proof instead of like trying to, you know, if I own a bar, for example, I'd be thinking, well, it's time to start selling sandwiches like an eatery or something, like change it to Uber Eats or something like that. Yeah. Because I think any place where your profit depends on people getting close together is just not a very good investment for the future, because even when they have a vaccination given it to everybody, this is the second time it's happened in China. It's the first time in Canada like this, but this is not it's a deja vu for other countries. So I would say it's going to happen again in the future, and I will always be concerned about, it might happen again. So I've been thinking about changing my strategy.
Honestly, maybe some government support, but I think government is already doing that to some extent. More awareness to be created for probably create an online platform, which is a very expensive thing for small businesses to have. Getting a host and a domain is something that probably is very expensive for them at this situation. So maybe a little push from the government should do them good.